All right, hello my friends. So today I'm back with more information about the Great Shift, and today is going to be a much more of a smaller video, and this is so we can express an important fact that I didn't really get to express yesterday in yesterday's video. So before I get into this video, I just want to say that again, this information is still new to me, so I advise all of you to do your own research if it resonates with you. You know, if you hear something and it may sound off to you, do some research, so that way if you would like, we can exchange information and be able to get more into the bottom of this, because this is not solely my information, or really all of my information at all, but more so lots of research from over the years. So now that I've expressed this fact, we can get into our video. Okay, so now we got our chart again, and these are more kind of visual videos because you have to be able to see and understand. Okay, I'm gonna hold it up high so everyone can see. All right, so what I did today was I pretty much highlighted some events that have happened around certain points in the great year cycle, right, in the sacred year. And this is important because, again, there is something special about this time that we're shifting into, this new age, going into Aquarius, because there is 3 phases in every shift. Oh my gosh, this fly. There is going into an age, the age itself, and transitioning out of an age. Now, this is important to note because just from these few phases alone, the time spans may range out from 100 to a few centuries, you know? And so if you ever hear me say something like this age, I may possibly forget to clarify. I'll try my best, but I may possibly forget to clarify the beginning, the end, or the phase itself when it settles, which I kind of did yesterday. But without further ado, allow me to explain. So here's where we are. We're in winter again, right? Shifting out of Pisces into Aquarius, right? And this marks 12,960 year advance from starting at 0, if you will, right? And this is half of the great year cycle, which is about 25,920 years, 590 years or something like that. I don't have the exact calculation in my head, but I believe it's 25,920 years. But anyway, that is 12,960 is half of the cycle, and every 12,960 years at the halfway mark, there is usually catastrophic events, as I have noted all over the board. Now, before I talk about these events, I just want to mention a Bible verse from Ezekiel. He said, "They are described as having the likeness of a man, and having 4 faces, that of a man, a lion, an ox, and an eagle." Right? Now, we all know you can't take Bible verses literal, or really any prehistoric scriptures, because at the time we don't know how they were trying to what meaning they were trying to give to their verse, because they could have seen blue as black and black as blue in this time. And so really all you can do is take the substance behind it and see what it aligns with in today's age. I mean, that's all we can really do. And so those who follow astrology will know that the ox would represent Taurus, the eagle would represent Scorpio, because Scorpio has about 3 or 7 totems, I believe. Some people say 7, some people say 3, which would be the eagle, the phoenix, and the scorpion, the eagle, and the phoenix. And then we have the man or the angel, which would be Aquarius. Right now in this phase of the great cycle where we are on the bottom of the wheel. And then you have the lion, which would of course be represented by Leo. And it's important to understand this because each of those signs that I just mentioned, they are the pinnacle of their season. So Aquarius is the coldest phase of winter, astrologically. Scorpio is the pinnacle of fall. Leo is the pinnacle of summer, right? And Gemini is the, not Gemini, Taurus, I'm sorry. Taurus is the pinnacle of spring. And now we can get into the events, their self, starting from summer, starting from Leo. Okay, so I wrote down 3 for each. That way we're not here for a super long time. And just 2 for fall and spring. I really prioritized summer and winter because that's the transition we're making. We're going into the coldest phase of winter for summer. And I feel like both spring and fall pretty much just lead into the pinnacle of the seasons, which would be summer and winter. Okay, so starting at summer, at 12,900 BP, which stands for before present, was the onset of the younger, driest climate catastrophe, which pretty much they were seeing like mass animal extinctions. One of the likes being the mammoth. If any of you guys have seen the mammoth, they're like a huge kind of elephant. They're like a bigger version of the elephant, long tusks. And I believe global cooling had kicked in, which kind of just made everything unstable. All of these events listed here are events that had the likelihood in their time to extinct humans, not the earth, but humans or certain other more advanced species on the planet. Then at 39,000 BP, the Heinrich event, I believe, which of the like is when ice glaciers from the north kind of they break off and they go to North America or something like that, which when the ice glaciers break off in large chunks, in not baby amounts but large chunks, and they go into whichever ocean or sea or side they take, they kind of, I believe, make ocean levels, sea levels rise, you know. So of course that can cause things like tsunamis and other kind of crazy events and disasters, right? But of course I don't know too much on the Heinrich event itself. I just started looking into it, so that's something again that you guys can look into. And at 65,000 BP, another Heinrich event had occurred. Now if you look at just the time spans alone, right, you'll see that, okay, so if you go from summer to winter and then back to summer, that would sum up go to these events right here, because they didn't just all take place at once, but they took place once the phase or the age primarily got to this point, which shows that again there is likelihood. It's not saying that for a fact something may happen every time we get to those phases, but it shows the likeliness of things happening because it's recorded in history from based off of our modern research. And let's go to the spring phase. We have an event that happened 84,000 BP called the Autorade event Oasis. I'm sure it was catastrophic. I don't know too much about it, so I advise that you guys do the research. And in the winter phase, we have, I wrote down 3 again. at 26,000 BP, the onset of the late Wisconsin ice age. So we had an ice age at that time. And in 52,000 BP, another Heinrich event had happened, of course, at the winter phase of the wheel. And at 104,000 BP, the Greenland Blitz event had happened, which I'm sure again was catastrophic, because all of these hold a high scale of magnitude, not to the likes of any we have seen in modern day today. In this, I can safely say a few hundred-year period, or even longer than such. And to go to the fall, at 72,000 BP, the Tober super eruption, I guess it was a volcano eruption, kind of almost caused the extinction of humans, almost, because we're still here. But anyways, if you look at this from the fall to the spring equinox to this side, from that side, to get from Sagittarius to, let me make sure, no, to get from Scorpio, I'm sorry guys, to Taurus would be about 12,960 years. So you see, every time that we make that shift of 12,960 years, something happens to the like of which we see catastrophic change. And this is because the earth is pretty much almost making like a reset. And I believe this is why the hemispheres, they kind of flip. The North Pole goes to the South Pole, and the South Pole arrives in the North Pole, where the North Pole is at. I heard that ancient civilizations used to build large structures that would align with the sun in a specific way, so they can see how it rise, so that they can pretty much just see, we could record over time in history these kind of changes and shifts, because these are things we have to keep up with, especially for future generations, so that we can be well prepared. And I'm glad we have this knowledge now, so I can inform all of you, and you guys can spread awareness as well. But yeah, again, we're now in this, and the events from summer, right, happen going into the cusp of Leo, which is around the start of the age of Leo, right? And we're seeing something similar again, guys. We're going from Pisces to Aquarius, which is about to complete that 12,960 year shift, to the likes of which I've been experiencing dreams and visions, and spirit has been confirming to me personally through my intuition that this shift is major. It's not something to play with, but it's something to acknowledge and to accept and to see what we can do about it, because we can't resist it, but what we can do is welcome it in and align with it, so that we can create much more of a harmonious shift. So I believe I pretty much discussed everything here that I wanted to. It's just to let you guys know the magnitude of this shift of Aquarius. And so if you guys want to know more or know how you can prepare, in my video yesterday that I created, breaking in this great shift to you guys, I pretty much listed a few ways of how you can prepare, how one can prepare and align with the time, to my knowledge, you know. So yeah, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. Of course, I'll be back with more information, back with more prophesizations, like that's a big word. I don't even think that's the word, but back with more insight, personal insight, not just knowledge that I found over the computer, but self-insight that I've come to my own understandings with, to share with you guys, to help anyone who it may has been purposeful to receive. So thank you guys for tuning in. I won't hold you guys any longer. I love you all, and enjoy the rest of your day, night, or morning. Peace.